Let's talk about Football Manager. That's one of my favorite game series. Before playing Football Manager, when I was a kid, I actually I played a bit of another game called Elifoot. Elifoot. That was I think it was a Portuguese game made by a guy called Elias, I think. But don't quote me on that. And that was good. Um, I remember going to a friend's house and seeing him play that and just playing together and seeing the numbers, the simulation, all of that. I was quite amazed and intrigued. And he also had this very different looking mouse. It's like this strange mouse with a red ball like thing. Like you didn't move the mouse, you just moved the ball. That was super weird to me. That was a unique experience, strange day. But anyway, after that I played some Elifoot. I also played I played some other football management game which I can't remember what it was, but it was a DOS like thing. It could have been Championship Manager, which I believe is the precursor to Football Manager. I I have to admit I don't know much about the history of the series. I know there's some deep lore there, which is would be worth studying a little bit at some point. But yeah, um, I will only remember that you could expand your stadium in the DOS game. I thought that was super cool. And you had most of the other classic stuff. The first Football Manager game that I played was FM 2007, and I really got into that. Played that for a whole lot of hours. And I kept playing the next ones in the series up until FM 11, and that's the one where I stopped. Actually, I played 12 and I didn't like that one. And then I might have tried 13. And then maybe I tried a couple of others later on, but I just kept coming back to 11. And that was my my FM game. And that's still what I play. If I play FM, I'm playing 11. Which is probably insane. Considering there are so many newer games in the series and all of that. But I don't think it has changed. Even I don't think the formula has changed too much, and even since Sillyfoot, it seems though the game is the core is the same thing. And the main reason I play, I think, is for the relaxation of it. This used to annoy me. Like, I used to get very pissed off when I felt like I had no agency. I would play FM and eventually I'd lose, right? Lose an important match. And I think, why am I wasting my time? Like, I couldn't have done anything differently. I played well. I did what you can do, and it was just pure luck that made me lose. And I would move on to a game that had more agency, like more of a strategy game, less simulation. That used to annoy me quite a lot. And it's the main reason why I ever quit a save or something, or even just a playing session. Just feeling a lack of agency. Um, but now that doesn't bother me so much. There's been a transformation in how I play FM. And the transformation is basically, well, there are a few points. So I used to do like a journeyman save. I used to start unemployed and move from club to club, country to country, and move like to bigger clubs. And like win the Champions League with Real Madrid, like at the end of my career, something like that, right? That was a good playthrough for me. And after that, after I did that a few times, I started doing the lower league management thing, where you start with like a bottom division club and get it to the top and eventually win the Champions League. I started playing like that. And when I started, I would like play the matches. I would play all of the matches. But eventually, more recently, I started holidaying pretty much all of the matches except the Champions League knockout rounds. So the group stage, I holidayed through that, and they just let the simulation decide. All of the league and cup, national cup games, and holiday through that. And oh, it's going to actually give me a don't know what color this is going to be, but this is going to be the sky. I think it will be pretty dark. Not sure I wanted such a dark sky. Will this give me a green if I put it in? Let's see, let's find out. A bit like Bob Ross here. Anyway, what else do I do besides holidaying? Well, I don't holiday the World Cup if I am managing a World Cup team. Then I play those matches, even the group ones, because it's the World Cup, right? Oh, this looks nice. I wonder if I'll be able to pull it outwards. A little bit. I also, like, more recently when I play FM, I don't bother with coaching and training. I used to be very particular about the training and all of that stuff. I would like do different stuff for the preseason and put all my different players in different training regimen, all of that. But now, like, now I don't do anything, and it's turns out you don't, at least in FM 11, you don't need coaches. You can have no coaches in your team, and nobody realizes. All I have is the so-called ass man, the assistant manager. That's the only guy in my staff, so that I can automate the team talks and all of that. And otherwise, it's just nothing. I think I'll leave this one without the lines. I'll leave this watercolor alone without adding the black lines. I think that's going to be interesting. And the last thing I want to say about Football Manager is the player faces. Let me show you this. The player faces now are so ugly. Oh, can you see that? And they were better. They were better in FM11. And in over 10 years, they haven't figured out how to make decent player faces again. And staff faces and people's faces. It's amazing how much worse that got. And it never got better. And it was so much better all those years ago. Anyway, my camera even zoomed in. Okay. That's going to be it for today. Thank you.